everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a really beautiful day today. I wanted to make a quick little video on morning pages. So I've been doing morning pages for about a year and I've really seen some benefits from doing so. So I just wanted to share how you can get started. So morning pages is a stream of consciousness that you just release onto 3 pages. You would just continue to write whatever comes into your mind onto the page. I've learned so much about myself from doing this because you can easily get rid of the expectation of making it look nice or having to write it in a nice pretty journal. I just fill a random notebook with everything that comes into my mind first thing in the morning. Doesn't matter what pen I use, doesn't matter how neat my writing is, I just let all of the thoughts flow. My mind is so much clearer once I'm done, and I can be more productive that way and just have clearer intentions throughout the day as well. I just think that releasing every single thought, every single thing that's on my mind onto paper before I start my day is a really good way of getting rid of all the things that I don't want to think about throughout the day. So some people like to type this, but I think there's so much benefit in actually writing it. The act of writing down a full word gives you a lot more time to kind of process everything that you're releasing, whereas I think typing can be quite mindless. That's for me anyway. When I wake up, I do my morning routine and I get on with my morning pages. And by this time, I usually do carry something quite deep and emotional within me. That could be a thought about life. It could be a thought about a conversation I had recently with someone. It could be anything. In my experience, I think I do carry a lot of heaviness first thing in the morning. So once I start writing, I'll usually write about the biggest thing that's on my mind, which is something that I'm questioning, something that I've learned recently, or just the emotions that I'm feeling. And then naturally it will just turn to expressing my gratitude for all of these things, and then lead on to things that I want to do throughout the day, things that I want to do once I'm back in Canada, things that I'm thinking about in that moment. And this is when I start to realize that most of my thoughts are either in the past or in the future or in another country that I can't be in right now. I always think about going back to England and spending time with everyone there, and then I start to think about our life in Canada, and right now we're in Dubai, so it's like none of those things can actually happen right now. Why am I thinking about them? So I release them all onto my page, and after that I start to tell myself that nothing else exists except for this moment, and it makes me feel so grounded because I have really cleared out all of my mind and told myself nothing exists except for this moment. And that is the kind of intention that I carry on throughout the day, which is why I find morning pages so beneficial for being focused, productive, having a clearer life, and just allowing yourself to truly focus on what you want to focus on. You don't have to start with 3 pages if that's a bit overwhelming, because it does take some time. Just don't stop writing. If you feel like you don't know what to write about, you're always having a thought in your mind. So just allow yourself to recognize that and experience that. And if you're still struggling, you can even just simply write, I don't know what to write about, or I'm thinking about what to have for lunch. There's always something that you're going to be thinking about, so please allow yourself to experience that so you can start to peel back the layers of your mind and unlock something deeper. The difference between morning pages and journaling is that morning pages are simply just a stream of your consciousness. You don't think about what you're writing. There's no order of what you're writing. You're just simply letting everything out before you have time to think about it. Whereas I feel journaling is more of a reflective thing. You most likely do it at the end of the day, or you reflect on something that happened in your life and you're just thinking about the lesson that you might have learned or the experience that you had and how that made you feel. Most of the time I think journaling is often written in a way for somebody else to read because it would be organized and have some kind of storytelling to it, whereas morning pages is like a complete mumbo jumbo of every single thing that's in my mind in the morning. I don't read it back, I don't look at it again because there's nothing significant that it holds, simply because I'm just releasing my thoughts. Whereas my journal is something that I often reflect back upon. I look back to a few years ago and use it as some kind of tracker to see how my life has changed in the years, whereas morning pages isn't something that you do that because I think it's just too much to read in the first place, and I don't think it flows in the same way as journal entry would. It's important to write morning pages in the morning because that is when you haven't given yourself time to actually think about the world or life or your day at that moment. And I think that's what makes it so impactful, whereas journaling is something that you do at the end of the day to reflect on things that you've experienced throughout the day. But the way I imagine morning pages is like when you wake up and you take a shower, you're washing everything off, you're clearing everything out, you're washing off the dirt. So you write your morning pages to clear out all of the unwanted things in your mind, or just allowing yourself to peel back the layers of your mind and discover something within your subconscious that might enlighten a conversation, or it might give you that click for a new project or an idea that you want to work on. Then you can fully dedicate yourself to work on this project or whatever you want to work on, and your ego hasn't had a chance to kind of come in the way and try and stop that for you. I've been writing morning pages for about a year, and it's definitely had a huge impact on the way that I live my life throughout the day, so I highly recommend it. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and again, I'm so grateful for all of you to be a part of my online family, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.